All right, welcome to the podcast. My name is Angst, and the Smug.
Hi.
He's tired because of work, and I'm tired because of not work. Actually, no, you
Oh.
want to know why I'm fucking tired?
Mhm.
So, our neighbors had a fucking party last night, right?
Mhm.
That's fine. Let's go for them. They had a fucking party. Whatever.
I can tell by your tone
They,
that you are already lying to me.
no, it was fine. Both Kayleen and I are like, oh, well, cool. Good for them.
Oh
Good for
wow, we
them.
didn't get invited. That's so awesome. Like
And we don't know them. They
so
keep to
proud.
themselves. We keep to ourselves.
You
We,
could fix
we
that.
wouldn't have gone. Anyway, so
No, no, no.
you know,
Go next door. Be like, don't worry, guys. I brought Monopoly.
I want to say this party started at about 4-ish because we went to dinner, and when we came back, it was like all of the cars had shown up. So I came in to play some games. Hugh, Jack, Jinko, FYI, and myself played some Clash, and Kayleen was in her plant room watching fucking
That's crazy. Okay.
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay.
Handmaid's Tale. Couldn't remember it. I almost said Housewives. And she was like, "Yeah, I could hear them. They were getting drunk and fucking apparently they were just screaming chug like every 10 minutes or something like that."
Awesome.
So that goes on. We get ready for bed at like 10-ish. We're laying there. I still hear them outside. They're still outside. I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. Whatever." I eventually couldn't sleep, so I got up. I played some games. I fucking walked around the house, just hung out. They were still going by 2 in the morning.
I think
This is
that's
a
fair.
10-hour party
Yeah. As the party should be.
from 4 in the afternoon or evening, I guess, to 10 in the 2 in the morning. God, my fucking time. Yeah, no, it was just crazy. There's still a bunch of cars. I'm pretty sure they all slept there.
I mean, it was a fun time. You should have been there.
I guess so. Fuck. It seemed a little bit too much.
No, it was fine. You had to be there, really.
Oh, did you go?
Oh yeah.
And he didn't stop by to say hi.
Well, I mean, we were partying and you had the lights off at 10. So what do you think?
I mean, my light was on when I walked around the house.
Yeah, but at that point, I was busy having a brawl.
Oh, you guys are playing Brawl. That's pretty good.
No, I was
It's
killing a
an
guy.
arcade game. Oh, fuck. Okay. That explains the cops eventually.
Yeah, well, that was probably the keg that I caved his skull in with. I wanted to win.
Anyway, we're going to talk about bad workplace stories. Because we both worked in a couple of different places with just stupid ass people.
I've worked at one place my entire working career. You're the only one
Oh,
who's worked at
really?
more places, yeah.
Oh. For some reason, I thought you had another job.
I've had side hustles,
Mm,
like mowing and shit, but this is the first, like, legal on paper job that I've ever had.
okay. I think I've had 4-ish.
Elder.
No, I just didn't like where I was working at.
Back in my day, you were
Y'all
either
move
the
up.
farmer or a hunter.
What?
That's you.
Farmer?
Yeah. Back in,
I
like,
thought
the
gatherers. We didn't farm back then.
oof. I was gonna say back in your day, I could make a dinosaur noise, but I didn't want to.
No, didn't want
Not
your
only did I
friends to
not want
hear
to,
you.
there was no way my mic would have picked it up in the first place.
All right, well, fuck. Since you said you have so many, why don't you start us off?
I can open with I was asked if I knew what tree was green today.
What does that mean?
They walked over to me like, "Hey, I've been seeing this tree in the area. It's pretty green. Do you know which one I'm talking about?"
In the summer,
Mhm.
when virtually every tree is green?
Mhm.
Okay.
I asked for additional details, and they said they saw it on the way there.
Oh.
I asked it like outside, like in our beds, and they said nope.
Oh, in the wild.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, leaf type, leaf look, tree
Green
look. Oh,
tree.
tree. So what did you do?
I pretty much told them to go fuck themselves. I was like, well, I can't really do anything with that. Do you have any other details? And they said no, and I said sorry, I can't help you, and I just walked away.
Oh,
Like I'm not. There's nothing that can be done there.
no. I mean, trying to identify a tree period can't be that easy, let alone one where you don't know anything.
Now that I think about it, for tennis, I did have to work the concession stand at football games. That's kind of a job.
Oh yeah. Do you have
Um,
any stupid stories from that?
I ate like every dill pickle, like every time.
Just for fun?
I just liked the pickles. Well, I would imagine you've been to at least one sporting event in your life.
Yeah.
You know, like the fat fucking pickles that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ate like all of them. Just like every
That's
jar, I would
just
just crack it open, take a pickle out. I would just munch on it while serving people.
I mean, I guess yeah, you're there. Might as well.
I was told we were allowed to enjoy our own supply, and I didn't explicitly get told that I wasn't allowed to eat all the dill pickles, which makes it fair game in my book.
Hmm. Yeah, all right. Uh when I worked the graveyard shift, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Hmm.
with a bunch of, I would say it was like a mix of like college interns and old 40-year-old men engineers.
Okay.
We had two people get fired and then an announcement be sent through email that explicitly said no having sex in the parking lot during work hours.
Could have been anyone.
Could have been anybody.
I don't see the correlation here, quite frankly.
It's all conjecture, really. It's
Yeah.
all just circumstantial
I was
evidence.
about to say that exactly. I'm like, I'm not hearing any hard evidence.
But yeah, so they got fired. It was when I was working at a it was kind of like a Micron like chip fabrication center.
Like what the Taiwan? Like Super Chip
No,
Center?
I mean, yeah, they're like
You
microchips,
wouldn't happen to be
but
like a multi-millionaire this whole time in the tech industry, would you?
no, no, no.
That would be really fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Because you know my love of microchips and just how often I like to talk about them and their innovation and my love of the
I
field.
You talk about it so much. How could I not bring it up if I was a multi-million-dollar tech industry guru?
I'm not sure. I guess I don't know what I would use in place of Guru. I'll give you that one.
I was gonna say tech bro, but that
I would hate that way more.
yeah, that sounded worse. I was like
I would
gurus,
take like
gurus.
entrepreneur. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
not anymore.
Just like a
I hate
business
whenever someone says
mogul.
they're an entrepreneur.
Well, yeah, it's ruined now.
Yeah, business mogul. Wait,
I was talking
um,
earlier about the ruining of some things. I feel like the high school field has gotten significantly worse since the creation of TikTok. Thoughts?
def- define high school
Okay, so
field.
let me give you like being a teacher or working at a high school. I must imagine must
Okay.
have gotten significantly worse
Oh,
post TikTok.
absolutely.
Because
I
like
would say post Vine is when it started its decline and then just has gotten worse.
I again the age gap. Vine was like elementary school, middle school, dog. I that was like fifth grade.
God damn it. Because I mean, kids were always stupid and did stupid things, but
Yeah.
now they kind of got
But,
rewarded
like,
for it.
the trends like, Vine, which I'm a little impressed how Vine's entire purpose was, like, skits. Like, if you wanted to be
Uh,
big on Vine,
yeah, you
the
had to do comedy
yeah, you
skits
had
or
to be,
just do
like,
stupid shit.
comedy. I don't remember much of the stupid shit. It was all, like,
Well, there was
comedy and
that.
jokes.
Remember,
I don't
like
remember.
the girl who like pied a cop, saying "Do it for the vine."
I don't
There
remember
was a
that
lot of
one.
like people would do stupid things just to be on Vine, but it was primarily skits and jokes.
Okay. But, like, that translates to a lot of the audience just trying to recreate that, which is fine. Like, you're
Yeah,
just recreating a bit, everyone's in on it, etc., for the most part. And then Vine dies, and there's, like, a lull for a while, outside of, like,
yeah.
Instagram,
Musically came out.
and no one gave a fuck about Musical.ly, let's be real. And then TikTok comes
Musically
out.
is what TikTok is.
Yeah, but no one gave a fuck about it when it was Musical.ly. And then they
No, no, no,
repurposed
no.
it.
To TikTok to be
Yeah.
more than just singing,
And then the trends
or lip
became,
syncing.
like, destroy your school, shit in the
Like
urinal.
dance in the hall and block students.
Yeah, like, all of it went from, like, written out bits to ruining lives over the course of,
Yeah.
I don't know, when did I thought what was the time frame in between Vine and TikTok? I'm Googling.
Uh
2017. Well, in China it was 2016. That's not helpful. 2022. But no, that's as of. And what's the most downloaded app in
2018.
2018? I guess the window wasn't as large as I thought it was.
I mean, that's still what, 2 years?
I just thought it was longer in the back of my head. But like, what a dramatic shift. This is completely unrelated to the topic, but you just made me think of it.
No, yeah. No, I legitimately I can't understand how anyone wants to be a teacher, right?
Yeah, it's just like
Like I respect it a shit ton, but god damn,
you just have to like
that's gotta suck.
it has to be like a private school teacher now if you want your students to be even remotely normal. 'Cause if you
Yeah.
like do public school at this point, you're just done for. It's all AI generated homework and vandalism.
Isn't I mean, I am curious if there's a way to tell if something's AI generated.
I think there's more AI now to detect AI. That's what my
That's what I'm saying is
university
like,
puts all the stuff out. They're like, "Oh, we have a new technology that will know if you're cheating."
yeah, I'm really curious about that.
And then I hear that like there's a new AI loophole that lets you get around the thing anyway. It's like, well, the song and dance continues.
Yeah, man.
Did you ever have like I'm trying to think about a way to tie this as a fake job for the sake of the topic. Have like a
I mean, at this point, it's just
responsibility in
whatever.
school,
Oh,
job
you mean
like
like,
like a student
you mean like
aid,
volunteer or do any of
yeah,
that?
some shit like that.
No, I never did. I very much was a finish being at school and then go home. And then senior year, I did homeschool because I wanted to be at home more.
My senior year was homeschool because of COVID.
Oh, that's right. You went to school in COVID.
Hmm.
That's
Took my
wild.
senior year. I waited 11 years for the fun year, and it was taken from me.
It was funny too because I think I only had,
It was
I
supposed
want
to
to say
be
six
2
classes.
weeks early release, you know.
Oh,
2
nice,
weeks early
nice.
release junior year into summertime, and to see you again. And there was no see you again. It never came.
God, I couldn't even imagine.
Um,
Oh God.
I did my entire senior year in like a month and a half.
I was gonna say that's why I swapped to online, was just to finish it faster.
They just had everything open. So it's like the very beginning of online schooling for like the general world. But no one knew what they were doing. So when I realized every assignment was all unlocked, I was like, wait, if I just do this all now, I get a year of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just locked the fuck in. It was just like wake up, get on the computer, work, eventually realize the sun has set, go to bed.
I was gonna say most like online schools do that. They have like a recommended pacing that you go, but like they have it all open. You can just do most of your work.
Back in your day, yeah.
Okay. Back in my day, they didn't have online school, you
I
motherfucker.
don't think back in your day they had school.
No, no, they didn't.
You had like the cave and blood in which to
I
create
was
art.
gonna, I was gonna say we had this sage in the cave to tell us stories about brave warriors.
And the brave warrior Unga took down the mighty mammoth and fed the family, only for them to die due to disease.
No, no, due to the spirits being angry.
Oh, they angered. I can't anger the spirits. Rookie mistake.
No, I mean it's the only way we could really explain why they died.
I'm trying to remember. I do.
Disease wasn't invented back then.
So I finally started talking to the new hires.
Oh no.
I was finally. Well, I was just sitting at lunch, and then one of them walked up and just sat at the table across from me. And I'm like, well, do I have to talk? It's like I feel like I kind of have to a little bit. And I had no idea this whole time that the guy who's been working here for 2 months was like from Britain. I didn't
Oh
even know. Yeah, I
really?
had no idea until
Accent
today.
and all?
Yeah. Well, I had literally never
Wow.
spoken to him. I hadn't heard the accent. I
Huh.
saw him and I would like nod my head and then go back to what I'm doing.
He probably didn't know what that meant.
Uh,
So what's this guy keep nodding at me?
he might have thought it was a threat. And then he talked about how he like lived in Florida for a little bit and hated every second of it. And then he moved a little higher north. He's like, all right, now I love it here. I think America's awesome.
Huh. I mean shit, alright.
And I was like, I know, we're just so great here. We're just so kind and accepting, I know. And then there's another person, I already
That's
forgot their name.
oh no, not again.
It's fine, I'm never talking to them again anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember anything about them. I think they wore a hat today. That's all I got. You despise getting a new coworker?
I think it depends. It takes me about a week to figure out whether I despise them or not.
I will inherently dislike them. Even if I didn't like whoever they were replacing, having to deal with a new person only annoys me more.
I mean, yeah, it's annoying. I kind of just don't have any feelings one way or the other, and then I see how they work, and if it's just terrible, I fucking hate them.
I always hate the small talk portion, having to figure out like what is and isn't chill. So it's like I don't
Mm,
like having to play my customer service persona for someone who's not going to make me money.
yeah, I always just assume nothing's chill until they say something unhinged.
I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'm going to be myself, and if they hate me, they'll just avoid me.
That's true. Honestly, that's probably the best life advice to live by.
I've hit a critical point where I can't really be fired anymore, so I just don't
Hmm.
care. If someone gets cranky at me, it's not gonna go anywhere.
I've had a couple of people complain that my attitude is too bad at work.
I remember in like the middle of winter, I got jump scared by a random I was gonna call them all the things, so I don't think I can call them on YouTube. Uh higher level employer, and they caught me just like watching YouTube because in the middle of winter there's nothing to do, like straight up.
Yeah.
And so they went upstairs and they must have bitched to my manager, and so I have to sit through like the mandatory like scolding. They take me up there, and one of them is like, "Hey, you got caught on your phone. Can't be doing that. Blah 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 blah." And then he goes to my actual boss. He's like, "Well, I mean, you do great work. I'm sure you had your reasons. I mean,
I'm sure you had your reasons.
and I did. I was like, well, I did everything I was already supposed to do. Like, I'd already cleaned
Yeah.
and gotten everything nice and tidy, so it's like, that's really it." He's like,
Well, that's
just
the one thing I just don't understand. People don't know how to work first and then fuck around and bullshit. They want to fuck around and bullshit like through the first part of the day and then have no time to do anything.
yeah, you do it first so you don't risk that.
Yeah.
So that's why every time I have like a list, I'm like, all right, let's crunch this through and like
Yeah.
as quick as
Let's
possible,
get
and then just
all
like
this done.
go watch a movie.
Yeah, I just don't get it. We've had a couple of people that are like that. Like they just want to fuck around and bullshit, and then for some goddamn reason, they then get extremely stressed and start asking like everybody for help
I hate that shit.
to get this shit done. I'm like, bro, if you just did the work first instead of sitting there talking for 3 hours, you would have been fine.
I hate getting asked a question that could have been like, you could ask anyone.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I just need your help with this real quick, and it's like, how do I open the register? And it's like, I didn't need to come all the way fucking over here for this.
Oh, we have somebody who is so afraid of doing the wrong thing. They ask me where they want me to put, like, they want me to, holy shit, what am I trying to say? They ask me where to put a bunch of the appliances when it doesn't matter. We don't have like set spots for them. We just have racks, and all those racks have a number. So we're just put it there, put it there. So you just find an empty space and you just put it there. But every single time this motherfucker asks me, "Hey, where do you want me to put this?" I'm like, "On a rack, figure it out."
Pick a spot, pick your favorite.
That's what I say. It's like, it doesn't matter. Just pick a spot. If it's a problem, we'll move it.
I have made it very clear, my boss. I'm like, listen, you can try and give me like a whole work list in one go, and I'm not gonna listen straight up. You cannot ask me to do 3 or more tasks in one sitting or like one conversation. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna pay attention.
Mm.
And he was like, you know what? Okay. And I'm like, it'll be much better if I just finish it and I find you and I ask you for the next thing. Because I'm gonna have to
That's
ask
what I
you
do.
either way.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is I have to have them like, I can do 3 max, and even then, it's pushing it sometimes.
It's more so a
So
time
like,
thing for me. Like if you talk to me for more than 1 full minute, I will start zoning out.
mm-hmm. Bro, yeah, it's bad.
But he was like, you know what? I'm the same way. I'm totally fine with that. I'm like, thank God.
Someone who understands.
My mom hates it. She despises it. She's like, why didn't you get all the things I asked done? I'm like, oh no, I forgot it.
Dude, Kayleen will tell me, like, hey, can you do the dishes or something? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I will do the dishes. I get up, I walk to the kitchen, I grab food, and I sit down.
Been there.
And I'm like, huh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. And then the next day she's pissed that the dishes didn't get done. I'm like, you're right. That is on me, my bad.
You should just say you did them. I don't know who
I
got all
did
these
them.
out, but I did it.
I think we have like a dish fairy that just dirties all the dishes for some
You
reason.
just accuse her. Be like, oh, I saw you eating a pretty big breakfast this morning. That's all I'm saying. That was
She doesn't eat breakfast.
midnight snack. I don't know. Make it work.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry, that's on me. That's on me.
We're already openly admitting that we're planning on lying. Just make the lie work.
Oh God, okay. When I first started at the job I work at now, right?
Mhm.
whenever I start at a new place, I just go full like filter mode. Everything's just fucking filtered out. Just do your
squeaky
work,
clean.
get done. Yeah, I can't be sitting there swearing, doing all this other shit unless like I feel it out first because I don't want to fucking
Yeah, you don't want to set someone
fuck it
off.
over. I'm a new job. Yeah. I worked there for, I want to say, almost a year and a half without swearing.
Damn.
To the point where I was like doing something and I did it wrong. I was like, fuck. And my boss looked at me and was like, oh my God, I've never heard you swear. I'm like, well, I try not to at work, but at this point, fuck it.
I think the only time I had a boss or someone be truly astonished is if they see me hat off.
That is how, right now we have a fairly new hire. I mean, he's been there for, I guess new hire's wrong. He's been there for 6 months or so.
Okay.
He has always had a hat on. But now that it's getting hotter, he doesn't want to have the hat on. And I'm just like, no, you have to wear it. You have to wear it. You fucking look, you just look wrong.
I just pivot from a beanie to a baseball cap. And then I just rock that, and then I revert backwards. But I'll have times like at lunch or whatever, if I'm hot outside, I'm like, I'm taking the fucking hat off, I'm letting the head cool.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I should probably start telling people that if you see my hat off, do not talk to me. That is a signal that I am not in the mood. Because then people come up and they're like, oh wow, I've never seen you with your hat off. I'm like, yeah, cool. Don't fucking talk. I'm trying to eat right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to scarf this down so I can get back to work.
I'm like trying to cool off right now, and you're literally trying to speak to me. And it grinds my gears. I lose my mind.
I get a lot because I always have pants on. Wow, I said that fucking weird. I always have pants on.
I hope so.
I don't wear shorts. I just always wear pants. I don't like shorts. Is what it is.
I only like to wear shorts. I hate pants.
But the amount of times people comment on the fact that it's hot out, why are you wearing pants? Actually is starting to drive me up the fucking wall.
It's time. Convert.
No, I don't like shorts.
You gotta move more. I don't know.
I gotta move more?
You gotta move more. You gotta go out and play tag. I think if we played tag one-on-one, I don't think you'd stand a chance. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not a good runner.
I'm almost positive you'd start crying.
Wait, why would I start crying?
It's gonna be tough for you to believe. I am infinitely more toxic when it comes to physical activities than any video game. Cause like you've heard me be toxic. It'll be like, wow, you suck, you're bad, something along those lines. When it's physical, I will refer to you specifically and parts of you. Like, damn, maybe if you were like, I have a friend, and he is by no means fat at all, but I will just repeatedly accuse him of it for anything. And so if like I try to teach him to play tennis, and I think what I was doing that day was just repeatedly barraging him on height. Like, man, you need to not be so short if you want to play this game. This isn't gonna work. You need to drink milk. You got to do something. And it was like the only thing I did for 2 hours. While repeatedly stomping on him in tennis. I also wasn't really teaching him. I was like, just hit the ball! Hit it back!
Dude, I don't even know if there's anything I could fucking beat you in if it's physical competition. I'm trying to think. Maybe like just weightlifting in general. I think that's the only thing I could actually beat you on.
I don't think you stand a chance.
I think I could do it.
I don't know. Do you know any of your PBs? No? Not a single one?
No.
Okay.
I was doing think fucking I don't know, man. Trying to think of what my bench was. I want to say it was like 125 a couple years ago when I did care.
I know my deadlift was, I want to say, around 1,211 pounds.
Okay, all right. I mean, so I think if I just take some pre-workout, I can get there.
Oh, well, no, I do a concerning amount of steroids.
Oh, okay.
Turns
All
out you can
right.
actually
Okay.
order the steroids they use for like gorillas and like medical procedures, and you can just inject that right in there.
Oh, it's just that easy.
Yeah, it's just that easy.
Okay.
You
Okay.
will gain a craving for bananas, and your aggression does spike through the roof. I will tell you. And also, your desire to climb trees will be a lot more prominent in your life than you might think.
Well, okay, so I don't like bananas.
You will.
I'm not an aggressive person.
You will.
Not a big fan of climbing trees.
Oh, you're gonna basically live in there.
Okay. All right. What about like
Fighting 100
anything
people, you'll be
else?
fine.
Okay, good. I got something coming up that I might need that for.
Are you challenging the warehouse?
You think there's 100 people in my warehouse?
I would imagine there's like 100 employees.
I think we have like 50 in our building tops.
I'm trying to think. I think the highest that we maybe have ever had has been probably somewhere low to mid 20s. And I think the lowest I've ever seen has been like 3.
Oh,
And that's like the middle of winter. There will be one annual greenhouse person, one nursery person, one register person for the entire store. And that's all we need.
I mean, I think that makes sense. Like, no one's fucking buying shit
Yeah.
in the winter because it's just gonna die.
No, it's straight up 0 customers. So you only do get it for the coverage. Like technically you want at least one person from all of these departments. So you just have one.
Wouldn't you lose money being open during the winter?
Yeah, but it lets you keep people full time,
I guess that's fair.
and that's all I've got. We also make so much money in spring and summer that we really can
Yeah, it just
just
doesn't matter.
post.
Bro, you're fucking. The days you tell me were like, it's just hell.
Oh yeah, we're the small location. We make easily like somewhere around 100 grand a day during this time of year. And then our larger location, I think, does like 200 something.
Jesus.
And then we just do that every single day, pretty much for a couple of months. And then, yeah, you can just kind of cruise along.
When when I worked at the pizza place, it was like a chain, so we had one in like a couple of different cities around us.
Mhm.
When I got promoted to supervisor, I got to like really see the metrics of like how much they make, how much we sell, how much we have to buy,
It's funny
all
because
that
I can just
stuff.
ask and they'll show me.
I mean, they gave us like the profit numbers, but I really got to see like where the money was going and coming from.
Okay.
And some people don't know how to run a store. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that's supposed to be manager exclusive that I haven't done or have gotten access to, and I can't think of anything.
I
They
think the
took.
only thing I'm like not allowed to do is write credits.
I'm the only person who's not a manager who has like full register permissions. I can open drawers. I can like get to the safe. I can do all of that. I
Damn.
I have keys to like every part of the building. I've been told where everything is. I know like manager login codes. Like my boss,
Oh.
hey, I need this to be done. I'm like, my system doesn't allow that. He's like, okay, just log in under me, and I'm like, okay. And it gets to a point where it's like I should be probably asking for a raise, but I'm like, it just impedes my life now if I don't have this. Like, I'm so used to my ways. I'm like, I don't want my things taken away. Give that shit back.
Wait, why not just ask for a raise or a promotion?
I'm definitely not getting a promotion. I would rather die than have to deal with the unique characters that work at our other location.
Wait, oh, okay. So the only way you'd get a promotion is by transferring to the other location.
No, but getting a promotion would mean I'd have to talk to them. And they are all
Oh.
I want to call them names that I'm not sure if YouTube likes.
I mean, just go for it.
Yeah, they're all terrible
Okay,
people.
all right. You know what? You know what? Maybe I was wrong.
They're all directly associated with sure.
Okay, all right. Maybe not those ones. All right.
They're just all evil, miserable, sad people, and it's like just
Okay.
being near them, just having them on the
So why
property
didn't you
ruins.
just start with that? Those are okay on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, huge! I'm gonna keep doing it then. So the
No, not those ones.
I thought you gave me
I meant
permission.
the sad, miserable people.
That's fine. You can edit around me.
I'm gonna have to, I think.
No, bleep me out. It'll be funnier.
Bleep you out.
Yeah, just bleep out the parts.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep saying
Alright.
it now in hopes that you bleep it out because I think it'll be a lot funnier.
I think it'd be even funnier if I just add silence. It's just nothing.
Oh, you could do. Did you watch SpongeBob?
I did.
Do you remember the episode when they were swearing and it was replaced with dolphin noises?
I do remember that, yes.
Just made me think of that. That'd be funny.
I could do the Ed, Ed and Eddie one.
That one would work. I love Ed and Eddie.
Bro,
We
it's
should
so
watch
good.
that.
Honestly, I'd be down.
I remember what I was talking about.
That was one of the things to watch while we wait for 2v8 Dead by Daylight.
That is true. Oh, and then for the raise thing, I didn't even ask. My boss just like, I think you should get one. I'm gonna try and get you one. And I went, oh, thank you.
Alright, shit.
It was unprompted. He's like, how much do you make? And I told him, he's like, you should be getting more. I'm gonna have a chat with them. I'm like, amen, brother. I completely agree.
He always gives me shit because when he was in my position, I make more than him.
Well, should have been a
Like
go-getter
when
like you.
they hired me, I was already making like $2 under him.
Damn.
Yeah, he got fucked.
I'm also trying to think. They wanted me to take some stupid like qualification test to like be a certified arborist. And I was like, I don't want to fucking do that shit.
It'd be kind of cool though.
Well, I'd have to like study and actually I have to go to a special facility for the exam and all that shit.
It'd be kind of cool though. You could be Smug the arborist.
I don't need to be certified, doc. I know I'm a fucking arborist. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
but,
really don't want to do that shit. And he was like, yeah, that's fair. It'd be kind of pointless for you to do it. I'm just going to tell him that. And I was like, man of the people, holy.
And honestly, goddamn.
So it's like, so it might get you a little more money if you take this exam. I'm like, I don't need the fucking exam. I've worked here 6 years. He's like, yeah, that's true. And I don't think I'm gonna have to take it now. I think someone else is gonna still have to, but they should have just been a trooper like me and cried and complained.
I think I'm technically coming up on my 5 years.
I'm on 6. Oh, you're a little baby. Little youngin'.
Well, I don't know if they'll count my...
If you ever need
5
advice
month
on, like,
leave.
longevity in the workplace, you can ask me.
Okay, what's your advice?
Smoking.
Smug.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Not enough, clearly.
Alright, okay, alright. Any other advice?
I find that spewing insults at everyone tends to do pretty well. I'm somehow beloved in my department, and I honest to God don't know why.
I don't... It's the same way, because I just give people shit all the fucking time. And for some reason, they all don't care. But whenever anyone else makes a remark or says something, people get really offended. Because,
I
like, there's a couple people who, like, literally just need to shut the fuck up because they complain all the fucking time and are, like, disgustingly mean and a little homophobic. That one is very prevalent in my workplace, apparently.
that doesn't surprise me.
No, it's a red state.
I was gonna say your place of business and location.
But yeah, no, other like whenever I tell anyone something or like make fun of them, I had one dude get mad at me only to immediately cool off and be like, ah shit, sorry man, I overreacted, that's my bad. We were just having a good time and I took it too seriously. I was like, it was a new hire too.
You should have doubled down. Just gone back to it.
I I think he thought I was legitimately making fun of him.
Oh, just straight bullying.
Yeah. Cause he thought I was just flat out calling him stupid. And he was like, I don't like it when someone fucking calls me stupid like this asshole. And I was like, I was just joking, man. Like, we all make mistakes, brother. You think I don't fucking make mistakes? I make mistakes all the fucking time.
From what I've been told,
yes, he was being stupid.
I knew it.
He knew. So
Always.
if he's gonna make a mistake, it's gonna happen now.
Oh yeah. I feel like a lot of my coworkers have told me that at first they thought I genuinely hated them, and then they all have the same thing. We're like, at some point, I just realized that's just how you are. That's just how you speak and act. And I'm like, yeah, it's just me. And I was let them know, I'm like, if I'm not talking to you, that's your sign.
That is what my boss says all the fucking time.
I think if I picked up cigarettes, I would get way further in my career a lot quicker.
You'd get a lot more breaks, that's for sure.
I told him at one point, I'm like, hey, I am claiming the concept of a smoke break. And I'm going to go and sit and watch some YouTube shorts for 5 minutes, and then I will be back. And if you want, you can act as if I smoked. You'd be like, oh man, you smell, blah, blah, blah. You can act like it. I'm not what I'm going to do.
You can pretend.
Yeah, you can act like it all you want if that's what helps you. But I'm taking a smoke break. Everyone else gets one. I'm taking one.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's fair. Like, if I just had the fucking fucking what do you
Me, you haven't given me anything yet. Help.
I know then because I'm a workaholic, I just want to fucking I'm just gonna work, right? And I was like, this is fucking me up because I'm not taking breaks. I gotta take a break, but I can't justify to myself to take a break. Let's pick up smoking. Not a good idea.
I never seek out work. I'm not gonna like finish what I'm doing, have nothing lined up, and be like, let's go find something to do. However, if requested of me, I will work at a task, no matter how miserable, until it is done. And I think that has been good enough to please many of my employers. They're like, yeah, I just see you out there doing like the most miserable task, and you're just like in the zone. And I'm like, well, someone has to go to hell, I guess, and it's gonna be me every time. It's always me. Oh, 4 skids of pottery. I'm so excited. That's just what I wanted to do.
Yeah, don't really tend to seek out work unless like I really need something to do.
Hence the YouTube. Oh, yeah, if there's insert dolphin soundtrack audio present on the property, I'll like fake a chore.
Yeah, I gotta go fluff these bushes up.
I have what I call the arborvitae tech, where I just go and I hide amongst our tallest arborvitaes, where I can't be seen.
I'm sorry, you're what?
It's the arb tech. I just
Can you spell that for me?
ARB ORVI TAE.
What the Oh, these.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just have a ton of these.
Okay.
And I just like zigzag my way in between them until I'm in the depths. And I'm like, I'm not seeing anywhere sitting. You can't see me, but it's like, if I'm not sitting chilling, you must assume that I'm doing something somewhere.
Yeah, you would never not.
Yeah. And like, even if they radio and go like, hey, Nietzsche, can you come here? I appear from a working area. So like, it's not like even a sitting in the bathroom. It's my foolproof plan. The only person who has ever caught me is the one person I told about the Arborvitae tech. I shared my knowledge with them, and so occasionally they'll catch me on their way to use it. Yeah, these are Arborvitaes.
I don't know. I'm just looking at them.
Are you just like in awe?
I just never knew they had a name.
Do you want me to just start saying trees and you just want to start looking at them?
Sure.
Why?
I'm trying to think if there was any. I mean, we had people like when I worked in the food industry do stupid things with food. Actually, you know what? I have a question. How do you feel? Say someone was to bus a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a waitress or a waiter,
Mm-hmm.
and you see them go into the like where they
I
bring
prefer
out
to
the
call him
plates.
server because I believe in gender equality, but say what you will.
Okay, sure. God, fucking.
That's what equality
And
will
you
do to
just see him start
someone.
munching, on the food that was on the table. What are your thoughts on that?
Am I a customer or a coworker?
Customer.
Customer, I'm gonna be a little grossed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
It's kind of nasty to see. I don't really like thinking that they're gonna do the same thing to my food.
Yeah,
But to be fair, I don't
like
leave food behind, so couldn't be me at the same
I
time.
get we don't want to waste food, but don't eat on someone else's plate. It feels wrong.
I don't
It's
care if you
weird.
do it. I won't lie. I just don't want to see it.
That's the thing.
Go do it
Is
in the
this
back.
person was doing it in an area where people can literally look in and see as they get a salad.
You know what? Actually, I respect it if they double down and they sit at the table. They like sit down, they tuck a napkin into their uniform collar, and they just start chowing.
I think I could respect that too. I think they would get fired faster, but like
It'd be too funny to get grossed out or upset over.
yeah.
I'd be like, that's so fucking funny. That's awesome. I need a picture.
And then we had someone fucking throw sausage up onto the vent.
Just really
And then it
fun.
didn't get cleaned for like a year. The shit was about to move, I swear to God.
I mean, that's just a science experiment. What happens if you leave sausage on an air vent for an indefinite amount of time?
Yeah, right above where you assemble pizzas.
I can't believe you just hate the creative process like that.
Trying to think if there was anything else there. I had a lot of angry customers.
Oh, I feel like food industry must have like the highest ratio of angry customers.
I don't know why.
I think it's just because it's the perfect environment to get hangry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had someone get pissed off at us because they ordered from the wrong store and then came to pick it up from us. And then didn't understand why their pizza wasn't there. I was like, you called the wrong store. I literally cannot help you. You can place an order here and then have them cancel their order, but like I can't do anything.
I'm trying to think. I haven't really had customers get like angry at me, but I've had them get like that smug angry when they're like trying to get revenge almost in a way.
Okay.
I had a guy the other day, and his criteria list was already fucking stupid. It's like, okay, what you're asking for does exist in the most expensive trees known to man. And he's like, that should be fine. I'm like, okay. And I bring him over to the tree, and I show him. He's like, this is $360. And I'm like, that is what I told you it would be. Yes. I did say it would be expensive. Which isn't exactly how I phrased it, but I'm like, well, yeah, I tried to warn you. And then from there, he was like, no, I would never buy a tree at this price. And I think he wanted to haggle. And I don't care. It's not my job to care. If you say, I don't want a tree this expensive, I go, okay, I've got nothing for you then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye. And so I basically went like, well, unfortunately, this is all I have for you. Feel free to look around. Goodbye. And then I just fucked off. I was like, I'm done with this guy. And this was like half an hour before close. And then he like hunted me down in the final 3 minutes. It was like, hey, I need that tree. And I'm going to need help getting it loaded.
Oh, God.
And he was just like, no, like, you know, when you find an employee at a store, you may not mean it, but you're smiling. You're like trying to have that friendly demeanor.
Uh-huh.
None of that. Dead, basically glaring. And I'm like, oh yeah? Right now. It's like, yep. I'm like, sure, bud. And then I got his thing filled out. I handed it to him. I told him to go inside, go pay. And then I looked to the bag boy, who's like, he's our loader. We call him the bag boy because we're polite and respectful.
Of course.
And I went, okay, you have to stay and help him with that. I'm going home. Goodbye. And I'm a higher rank, so he just has to take it.
Wow.
And he was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, goodbye. And I just left. And then on my way out, I saw him kind of huffing and puffing in the loading area. Like, damn.
I think it was last Friday. It was really slow because Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find stuff to do. I was also trying to make sure that like the people under me have stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, we got like an hour left. I'm trying to find something to do. I can take some of your orders. I can put some of the stuff away. What would you rather me do? This motherfucker looked at me dead in the eyes and said, don't do a damn thing.
That's base.
I need shit to do. If you do this, you're going to get it done, and then I will have nothing to do.
Coworker
So,
like that.
In all things, like, as politely as possible, don't do my job. I was like, you know what? Fair. I'll just hang out then.
I have a coworker like that.
I was like, thank you.
And she'll even say like, hey, I know you don't really like doing XYZ activities, so I'm just going to go do them. And I'm like, all right, sweet. I didn't want to do that shit anyway.
He's our later shift too, so he comes in later and then stays till like 7 for some goddamn reason.
Oof, yikes.
And so it was like it was 1:30 when I was talking with him. And he was like, dude, I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next. Like, we're almost done with orders. There's not much to put away. I got to have something to do or I'm going to go crazy in here.
He's going to need some AirPods.
Can't. Technically. OSHA violation.
Who gives a fuck about OSHA?
The entire workplace other than myself.
I don't believe in OSHA, and neither does anyone I work with. Every day there's some OSHA violation going on.
It's so funny. We have so many safety accidents, safety issues. Like, we just had like 4 people get hurt in the span of 4 days doing stuff they've been told a million times not to do.
Oh no, we'll be like,
and
everyone's in agreement that having someone stand on a wet pallet lifted by a forklift 20 feet in the air to put a sign up is a good idea in the rain.
Oh yeah, no, that's a big not good idea.
But let me make it clear. I'm like, yeah, I won't get on it, but I'll lift the forklift. Sure.
Do you have like a fucking safety lanyard to hook on?
I did it slow.
Okay.
we had to move some
Smart.
trees the other day that we were scared were gonna fall, and so I just had a coworker get on and hug them, and I was like, "Don't
So
worry,
what?
I won't move that quick."
If they fell on him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I was just following orders. Is what I would
guess,
say.
yeah. Don't you have like string or something you can wrap around them?
Yeah, but we're lazy. We'd rather just risk
Okay.
death.
All right. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I know. It's especially funny because our forklift is just so fucked. It is in bad shape. It barely works.
Ours needs a new fucking transmission.
It doesn't like starting. It sometimes just goes
Oh.
into neutral.
When's the last time you had maintenance on it?
So you know, like the sticker that'll be like last time maintenance done.
Yeah.
It's blank. We've had it since I
Oh!
started.
And just never had someone come out and do maintenance.
We try and figure it out sometimes if something goes wrong.
You know, there's people whose entire jobs is just maintaining forklifts, right?
Yeah, but we needed it now. We don't have time to wait for that guy. The sign has to go up or the world will explode.
I don't. You know what? Who am I to? Maybe the world would have exploded.
Bring it up with
Sign went up in
management.
time.
That's what management seems to think, is that we saved the world by putting that sign up then and there.
All right. Give me management's phone number. I'll call them and be like, "Hey, get your forklift."
I might have one of their numbers. I should. I got called once because I was like 30 minutes late and I didn't know. Let's see, do I have it? No, it's gone. I lost it.
Damn, you make a lot of phone calls.
Wait, no. Hold up. If I search by the company name, I have some people. Stopped working there. Stopped working there. Just the store itself. Stopped working there. Different department. Not my boss. Stopped working there. Retired. I don't know who Joe Biden is. I'm not gonna lie. I have one and I just named him Joe Biden and I put the company name. And in hindsight, not my best work.
I had to give my coworker my number just in case like there was an issue. And my boss said, "Give him your work phone number." And I was like, "I turn that shit off when I leave. Like, there's no reason for me to do that because I'm never going to answer it." So I gave him my personal phone number and he just handed it to me. And so I like typed it in. I was like, I don't want to put my name. I'll just put the boss. He looked at it and started cackling. I was like, "No, if you ever need the boss, just give me a text. Don't call though. Don't call, please. Hate answering phone calls."
I don't give my phone number to like anyone.
I kind of have
I
to.
keep that shit on lock. Even when people need to pay me back, they're like, "Oh, do you have like Apple Pay, any of that?" I'm like, "Yeah, just get it to me when possible. Just figure it out."
Just get like Venmo or PayPal or some shit.
No, I'd rather just not have to give them any of my information. They might try to contact me.
So, do the people at work call you Smug?
No, they don't do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you just introduce yourself as that.
No, that's not my nickname of choice.
What's your nickname of choice?
I think the one that I've despised the least throughout my lifetime has just been Gen. Gen.
Jen?
Yeah.
Like general?
Yeah, short for general.
Okay.
And
that was not bad.
it's just short, it's simple, and it's just like, with my friend's dad who was calling me it, I think to like lightly tease, but I was like, I already don't really like my name, so anything is better. Then he kept changing it and adding different things. And anytime he tried, I was like, sure, I'll work with that. And then I gave him a nickname.
Oh.
And because like, I was interacting with him a lot. He was just like playing tag and shit with me and my friend. And
No,
so I'm like,
alright.
oh, I
I
feel like
legit hit
we
it.
don't need the formal barrier anymore. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think I was like, can I just call you like Mr. B? And he was like, sure. And my friend was like, can I also call you that? And he's like, no, you will continue to call me dad. And he got sad. I'm like, nah, this is an us thing. You don't get to participate.
I like how you said let's get rid of the formality while still maintaining the Mister.
Well, I wasn't calling him Mister beforehand. But I was like, just calling him the
Oh,
letter B just doesn't make sense. It's kind of odd. It doesn't come out well.
yeah.
Like, hey, B. Like if I put
You say as I know two people who prefer to be referred to as B.
well, that's on them. I think it's dumb.
Yeah, it's tough.
I feel like I'm a bit of a nickname strickler. I feel like it has to make sense and it has to like come naturally off the tongue.
Yeah, no, it has to. I call my I call my boss Gramps. He hates it, but I'm not gonna stop.
I have a coworker and I will just call him anything that involves his name that isn't. Because his name's just Joe. Joey. So
Okay.
I'll go with anything else. I'll hit him with Giuseppe, I'll hit him with Joseph. I've hit him with the big J every once in a while.
The big J.
He likes the big J. The big J is his favorite. So I save it for like
That's hard.
special
That's a hard one to
occasions.
beat. Hey, the big J, you did good out there.
I know, I feel like something about the big J works better than like any other alphabet letter. I'm trying to think
Uh,
of one that I think would sound better.
there really isn't. Big J. I feel like you probably don't want to be calling people the big C. That
Not the
was
best
the first
one.
one that came to my mind. Big T.
I could fuck with big T.
I think little T sounds better.
I do also like little T. I might hit him with the little J and
Little J.
see how he reacts to that.
Medium J.
I know. I think he's to this day a little height sensitive because he's like 1 inch shorter than his brother.
Ooh.
Like if
Yeah.
it was at least by a good distance, it would have been hopeless. It wouldn't have mattered. Being
Yeah.
so close and then just losing at the last second, I think has to hurt. I would imagine it would hurt. I can't speak from experience,
I was
but I
gonna
would
say
have to
I'm the
imagine.
tallest one in my family, so
I've been the tallest for a long time.
yeah, same.
The only person who I think was heartbroken by it was my cousin, though. He's just a few years older than me, so he had like that older brother mentality mindset with us, and then I surpassed him, and I think it killed him a little inside. How are we looking on
Yeah, I
time, by
think
the
I
way?
was gonna say I think we hit it. I think we're on time. So we were supposed to talk about
We did
workplace things,
like I
but
would say at least 20 minutes of workplace in there,
minimum 20.
and that's all they can really expect to get at this point. I feel like that's every
Especially
episode.
after the days we've had where for some reason today we're both just exhausted.
I had a long day. Angst somehow found a way to make a day at home exhaust him.
Yeah, I'm great at that.
That's the
Uh,
nicest way I can phrase it without ripping his head off.
Thanks for listening. My name is Angst.
I
You
want
can
to say
find me
thanks
at
for
twitch.tv
watching.
slash. Why would I?
No, I said I'm still gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
You thank them
Why
for
would
listening.
you?
I'm thanking them for watching. I know. Maybe they really like this picture.
We looked at trees. There's a way they could
We
watch.
googled when TikTok came out. Hold on, we can pull up
Oh,
like
that's
one
true.
good picture here. What's like a funny thing we
Okay.
can Google that won't go horribly wrong?
Uh,
Just type in anime memes. Let's look at one of those.
all right. This one's for the watchers.
This one could go poorly. I think we're safe. Just click on one. Click on one with words and see how good it is. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm Smug. That's angst. That shit all sucks. That one also sucks.
That was bad. All right.
We'll see you next week. Find angst at
Bye.
YouTube and Twitch. I'm here. Bye.